Thiago Silva and Capo didn't travel. Everybody else fit and available to start tomorrow.
Yes, yeah, players that here are fit and available.
There were suggestions you'd had discussions with Antonio Rudiger. Is that the case? Were they positive, and could he play a part tomorrow?
I've had discussions. I saw the story. I've had discussions with Antonio and all the players as regularly as I can do. So I've always had a positive relationship with him. Everything I do for the club and selections and for the team, and every week at the minute with the squad we have, sometimes you have to have players out of the squad, and it's always big news for everybody. But we've a very positive relationship. He's in the squad, so very much in contention to play.
I'm aware of this stat that was going around last week, that you're only the second English manager to manage in 2 Champions League campaigns behind Bobby Robson. I mean, a lot of us were quite surprised by it and ended up going through names. I mean, I just wondered how you felt about that and how you feel about the sort of, it's not your fault, but the responsibility almost that you're carrying on your shoulders for English managers, being a manager of a top 6 club in the Premier League and also in the Champions League.
Yeah, I don't feel like the responsibility of the English Managers Union or whatever you want to call it, but I see what you mean. I was surprised by the stat myself when I was told it last week. Actually, the great Bobby Robson to the only English man that has done it. It was quite a long time when I used to hear towards the end of my career about how English managers get jobs in the Premier League and there's a merry-go-round and all this sort of thing. But I actually think that it's slightly different. I think sometimes now we're seeing English managers showing their qualities in the game throughout the Premier League, throughout the Championship, throughout the leagues. And hopefully there are more opportunities for them, because I think sometimes with the brilliant invasion of great quality coaches and players into the Premier League, sometimes I think our eyes go to that and it becomes very new and trendy and rightly so, with managers that achieve so much. But also sometimes I think we can hopefully have managers at home that can do jobs as well. So I'm not thinking myself anywhere near the sort of standard bearer or the front man for it, because there are great managers and young coaches out there. But all I do is try and do the job as well as I can.
I get that you don't feel like you're the standard bearer, but do you ever feel that you're judged differently with the opinions that come because you're English?
I think possibly yes. I think when I got this job, a lot of people were maybe were questioning me getting the job. A lot of people told me, "Are you sure you want to take it?" Because of maybe opinion. And I think when sometimes people can be very quick to form opinions straight away for whatever reason. And being a young English manager with 1 year at Derby, some of that I understood. But at the same time, I think sometimes we just have to judge people on face value, like we do judge any manager. It doesn't matter where you're from. I think all managers should be judged the same. I was pretty proud of what we managed to achieve last season in coming in the top 4. In fact, I thought we could have actually done even better than that for different reasons, but I was happy with that. So, but I can't get swung on opinion, because if you do that managing a Premier League team, if you look at opinion and read and listen to all of them, then it'll affect you every day. So I just have to do the job as well as I can, and hopefully the opinions will speak for themselves.
Tony Ben.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Tony.
I was just looking back at you had a really good record in the group stage on the road last year. That great win at Ajax, good draw at Valencia, good result at Lille as well. And you need to harness that again this year, don't you, in terms of performances on the road?
Yeah, we definitely do. It was a very tough group for us last year, Tony, because of it was a tough group, and because we lost the first match against Valencia at home, we gave ourselves a really difficult task, and so we had to go and get those results, which I like, because you saw that in our performances, the edge in our game, particularly at Ajax, which was a really tough place to go. So it's very important that we keep that edge. People will look at this group and maybe consider coming to Russia against a team that is their first time in the Champions League, etc. I think that it should be a comfortable game for us. We have to have edge in our game. Tomorrow we have to have edge wherever we travel in this group to try and make sure we get through it.
Okay, we now have a Russian journalist, please, Archon.
С чем связана задержка вашего прибытия на стадион? И второй вопрос, что вы знали о команде?
Yeah, well, I apologise for being late. unfortunately, it was just purely down to the travel. We travelled today. It was quite a long flight for us, and the journey to our hotel, and then the journey here to the stadium. So we always normally try and keep time as well as we can. In terms of Krasnodar as a team, I didn't have a fantastic knowledge of them. I was aware of them, but in terms of the individuals, to study them. But as soon as we have been drawn against them, myself and my staff have been watching their games. We're very aware of them as a team, the individual talents, the collective talent of the team, and also aware that they're a team that are new into the Champions League, which means they will have absolute motivation to play against a Premier League team to try and get a result. So we're very focused on the game.
Okay, we'll do two more and then we'll finish. Nick Purewall, please.
Hi Frank, thanks for your time as always. When you were saying to Matt, he's asking you if you think you judge differently, and you said that some people asked you if you were sure that you wanted to take the job. I'm sure you were then. Are you still, in the time you've had in the job, are you still pleased that you did take it and that it was the right decision? And how do you think you're finding it overall?
Yeah, I'm certainly very pleased I took it. I'm very proud to manage this club every day. And when I say a lot of people were wary of it, I think it was more around circumstances or maybe trying to just see it from the outside and feel what opinion may be or these things. I just saw football and I saw a club that I love. So there was never a doubt in my mind, albeit I always try and listen to good advice from people around me. In terms of do I love it? Yes, I loved last season. I loved the challenges that it brought with the transfer ban, with the COVID time, of course, difficult times for everybody on every level, but in terms of a challenge as a coach, and that we managed to finish in the top four, I think was something that I was certainly proud of from the work of the whole group, not just myself, staff, the players and everybody. And now we want to move on to further levels, and we know there are different challenges, and I was very aware of those challenges that will come early in the season without pre-season with some new players, and I love that challenge every day. So the answer is yes, I made the right decision. Yes, I feel I made the right decision every day, and I love it.
Last question, James Gearbrandt.
Hi Frank. Obviously the last two games have finished 0-0 and obviously have been kind of somewhat different from some of the previous games this season. Has that been a conscious decision by you as the manager to kind of adjust the balance of the team a bit and maybe throttle back slightly on the attack in order to lay a little bit more priority on defensive solidity?
No, I think with the last two games, we played against high-level opponents. Seville and Manchester United, in their own ways, offer a lot of threats. And going into a Champions League game as Seville, you have to respect what they can do. They've just won the Europa League last year, to buy into extra time in the Super Cup, and they're a very talented team. So I wanted to get both sides of our game right. I think we've got a lot of our defensive game right on the day. I didn't like every bit of it because we are still improving, because now we're training in real time. These games we can't train in between too much because it's too much. There's too much physical, too many physical demands on the players of games. So we have to try and organise a team. I think we did it well in those two games. On the defensive side, the balance of us going forward wasn't as great as I would want it to be. And I said it after the game, the least of my worries in the big picture, because I know we have a lot of talent in this team. So getting both of our games is something that we're working on every day, both sides of our game. And I'm happy where we are. But we want more, and that will take work.
That's it, everyone. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you.